welcome to a special New Year's edition of Toledo SymphonyLAB, a behind-the-scenes look at the world of classical music from WGTE Public Media and your Toledo Symphony. I'm Brad Cresswell. Joining me today are the Toledo Symphony's president and CEO Zach Vassar, principal second violin and artistic administrator Merwin Sue, and the TSO's marketing director Felicia Canny. This is our New Year's show, so a great big Happy New Year's to all.
Wow.
Took me hours to make that sound effect.
How many bagpipes were in that? I think I heard two.
I heard Felicia's kazoo.
Yeah, Felicia's kazoo.
Brad and I were hanging out.
Exactly.
No. Merwin, you forget. You actually don't hear Felicia's kazoo.
No, I'm a pro now.
We just hear the
I've been
air
trained.
behind Felicia's kazoo in that. I have a few more sound effects.
It's a mighty wind.
Yeah, yes, indeed. We'll sprinkle some more sound effects throughout the program today. A lot of things to talk about. Last year, we talked all about our New Year's resolutions. We had a fun time. In fact, Zach, I think you said somebody told you they thought we were drinking champagne or something.
It's true. It's true. And that
We should've.
episode, I think we recorded, like on a Monday morning in the middle of December because we didn't expect to all be here.
Yeah.
And so we were actually stone sober, and I forget who it was now, but somebody asked how many bottles of champagne we had consumed.
We'll see if we can make up for that this year. I went back and listened to that old episode.
I don't recommend that.
And some of our resolutions, which I want to sort of check up on and see how everybody did. I've just chose one from each.
Oh.
Now, Merwin, you weren't here.
I'm
We
delighted
made up
I
a
wasn't
resolution.
We'll just give him one of Michael's.
You were here in spirit because I kept saying your name in the credits, and we had to go back. And
I'm like the ghost of New Year's future.
Exactly. The ghost of New Year's future. There's your sound effect right there.
It sounds like a dental appliance.
So you can just say that you achieved your resolution.
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, why don't we just give him one of Michael's, and then he can speak to how well he did on Michael's resolutions.
Yeah, Michael's resolution, one of his resolutions was $3 signs. Remember that? We talked about whether it meant giving out more money or making more money or saving more money.
I thought he was trying to swear in print, like
Yeah.
they did in comics.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
like
so.
ampersand, pound
we
sign,
need
dollar
more
sign.
symbols. Yeah.
So, Merwin, I guess if we're applying Michael's resolution to you, how'd you do money-wise?
I have
then this
totally
year?
made $3.
Spoken like a true symphony musician.
Exactly.
Well done. Wonderful. We did get some predictions from folks who have visited us in recent weeks, and we're going to listen to those throughout the show. But we have predictions from everybody, right? And I thought I would start with my own predictions just to get the ball rolling here. So let me pull up a little music, little predictions music.
Is this what it sounds like inside your mind?
No, this is 2020.
Exactly. That's what it
This
sounds
is what
like.
it sounds like in 2020.
Okay.
What a beautiful
My
year.
predictions. I only have 3 here. Classical music will play a stronger role in people's everyday lives. Okay, that's one prediction for 2020. Toledo SymphonyLAB will continue to win awards as the best radio show in its time slot. Okay.
We're up against the traffic report on WSPD. This is
Exactly.
really...
Yeah. And my final prediction, Merwin Sue will get a MacArthur Foundation Genius Grant. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That would be great.
That
I
would
love
be-
these predictions. They're
Yeah.
great.
Well, I only say that because, you've been defined as a genius by several people on this program in the past. So
No pressure.
I think that it'll probably happen again in 2020.
Well, with the MacArthur, you don't need to do anything. It just magically appears in front of you. So
Exactly. Nice. Let's hear from Michael Lang of Toledo Ballet. He left us some resolutions. As I mentioned, his resolution last year was, the $triple sign. But these are his predictions, rather. His predictions for 2020. Here is Michael.
My name is Michael Lang. I am a resident choreographer for the Toledo Ballet, and these are my 2020 predictions. I believe that I, Michael Lang, will turn 52 in 2020. There's no guarantee, but that's my prediction. Having 3 daughters and a dance studio that I frequent often, my second prediction is that teenage girls will have mood swings.
that was perfectly timed with the
Predict
music.
that just from the research I've done on that subject. My third prediction. People will spend way too much time on their phones. Just a guess, judging from our lobby.
Zach is over there playing with his tablet right now.
I predict, as a personal trainer and a
made
Pilates
a face.
instructor, that people will break their 2020 resolutions by February. Is that fourth? Yes, that's my fourth prediction. And my last and fifth prediction, Trump will say something braggadocious about being the greatest fill in the blank ever. Those are my predictions for 2020.
Braggadocious.
Yeah.
That sounds like a deflated New Year's.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Michael did not go out on a limb in any of those predictions.
I know. Playing it safe.
Yeah, well, that's okay. We have more predictions a little bit later in the program. We heard from Jaden Jefferson, who was here not too long ago, also the mayor of Toledo, Wade Kapszukiewicz. So we'll listen to their predictions. But first, let's turn the spotlight on you, Zach. One of your resolutions last year, I believe it was your first one, was to start doing good radio.
Yeah, still working on that one, Brad.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because we defined it, good not great radio, just good radio.
Yeah, it was great.
Right?
Yeah, we're still working on that.
You're still working on that. So
Yeah.
it's a resolution in progress.
Yeah, I really tried, especially over the summer when we were in repeats, that, I wanted to work on my my elocution. I wanted to have my words more at the tip of my tongue as opposed to my frequent stammers for things to say.
He withheld an I could see it.
Yeah, I think he did that one on purpose.
So yeah, Brett, I would say that I'm just doing okay radio right now. I really want to do good radio in 2020.
Yeah, but your colleagues are lifting you up. So
They are, because I stand on the shoulders of geniuses.
Exactly. Merwin, right there. Strong shoulders.
Ow.
So,
This is why I need massages.
So, Zach, let's hear your predictions, Zach, and let me pull up a little music for you.
Yes, this is what it sounds like in my brain. Yeah. I feel like this is music from the hearts of space.
It's sort of like X-Files, actually.
Yeah,
It is
X-Files, that's
X-Files.
right.
So I have two sets of... see, here I go again. I have two sets of predictions. One based on music, and the other based on dreams that I've had in the last couple weeks. Because if we've learned anything from our friend Janet Amid, it's that there's something fantastic about the universe that manifests itself in unlikely ways.
Yeah, Janet being the famed astrologer that has been on our program in the past. Award-winning program, actually.
That's right. Friend of the show. So now that we are here in 2020, I will start. I think that looking out to 2020, we're going to hear a heck of a lot of Beethoven. That's one prediction as we go into his 250th celebration. And I hear Merwin crossing something off his list of predictions. To that point, I think we'll also be hearing a lot of Tchaikovsky. Not that there's any major holiday or anniversary there, but I just feel like the more I hear Tchaikovsky, the more that there's something to come with Tchaikovsky. So, and I don't know what it is, but I think that there will be some magnificent creation or something next season too. I can't really put my finger on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like
Is
a
that it?
baby?
A baby?
A baby?
A Tchaikovsky baby? Like inside,
You just said it
inside
in
a
a
little
way-
Russian nesting doll, all of a sudden it's baby Tchaikovsky.
You just
That
said
was-
it in a way that was...
That was so totally random, Felicia.
No. I am not the only one thinking... Oh.
That deserves a party horn.
Party horn. Okay, so let's go to the more fun ones. These are the ones that are in my brain, my subconscious. One that I woke up with about a week ago is birds. There's going to be something about really colorful birds in 2020.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what, and I don't know what that means, but just really colorful birds will somehow be in the news.
I do. I know. Put all your money on the Ravens for the Super Bowl.
I had a dream about royalty. I can't say, what what royals they were, but I feel like something with a crown, maybe in England, is going to be in the news. I think we're done with royal weddings, so I don't really know what that is. I had a dream about soft drinks being very fizzy, to the point where you take a sip of them and then it was like pop rocks in your mouth. That was a very interesting and delicious dream. So fizzy soft drinks, there's going to be something about fizzy soft drinks in 2020. And last but not least, the serial comma will still be incorrectly applied, by which I mean people won't use it the way they should.
Now, let's explain for people who don't know what you're talking about, the serial comma. And this
I think all of those beg some conversation, right?
Well, we have to start somewhere. So
the serial comma is the comma before and, or, but. I guess not but if you're going to list three things, eats, shoots, and leaves. Eats, comma, shoots, comma, and leaves.
Yeah. Punctuation is important.
Some people prefer to use eats, comma, shoots, and leaves. And there's a great book by this title which explains the fallacy of that argument.
Wow, great. Let me ask you quickly if you have any resolutions coming up for this new year. Let me get a little resolution.
Wow, you're putting it all to me right now.
Yeah, we're going to go around. Everybody else will get a chance.
Okay. So I have 4 resolutions for 2020. One is to sleep more. I feel like we all do better when we sleep more. So if you hear me snoring on the radio, that's just because I'm trying to do good radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to work out more, so I'm going to take Michael Lang's challenge and prove him wrong come February. Yep. I want to watch more PBS.
Sorry.
And I really, really want to learn the words to Auld Lang Syne.
Absolutely. It sounds great.
One of my predictions for the show was going to be Brad will accidentally buzz Zach.
Done.
Done.
Check that off the list.
Yeah, we can check that out.
Yeah, but now that we've crossed that and Beethoven, I really want to know what you got left.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, let's switch it over to Merwin.
I feel like being last is going to be a bad thing. Oh, I'm not going to be last? Okay.
No, let's get your predictions, Merwin.
The last shall be next.
Let me bring in some prediction music for you.
Okay. Well, this is perfect music for my first prediction. I think 2020 will be a turbulent year, and I think that I predict I'll be taking a social media break, say in late October, early November of 2020.
Now I'm clapping for you, not because we're relieved that you're going to be off social media.
If anybody follows Merwin on social media, his comments are actually a lot more hilarious than most. So I think that would be a shame. But okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, my second prediction. Though faith in humanity as a whole will probably ebb and flow throughout the course of the year, we'll continually be inspired by individuals around us who will help to give us the hope that we need to get through the year. Something like that.
Was that for the faith in humanity ebbing and flowing? Was that what the party horn was for? Okay.
Totally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So speaking of hope, against all odds, both of the favorite hockey teams of Alain Trudel and myself will somehow sneak into the Stanley Cup playoffs with wins in the last week of the hockey season.
This would be the Oilers and the Canadiens?
Yes. They will then both get eliminated in the first round. Perfectly timed, Brad.
Good timing. Good timing.
So, quick modification of my Beethoven prediction. I predict that listeners will not get tired of Beethoven's music, but will get tired of references to either Beethoven the movie or St. Bernard jokes by the end of the year.
I don't get it.
Well, you haven't seen the movie, like so many.
Yeah. You
mean
have
Immortal
to go
Beloved?
see that movie. No, Beethoven the dog.
Yeah.
Somebody
And
named a
wink
dog
at me.
Beethoven?
so, my final prediction.
Oh, hang on. I thought you were done.
Keep moving on.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't we have a major key one for this one? Okay, so
It depends.
it's actually more of a hope, I guess. Even though we've got over a century of classical music experience in this room right now, during the course of this season, each one of us will still be surprised by something, we'll learn something, we'll discover something, and we'll generally come away being better people because we were a part of the show.
Aww, that's so nice.
I like how you wrote that in pencil on your piece of paper there.
Oh yeah, totally. I didn't
Nice.
do this last minute on my tablet or something.
Those are good predictions. Yeah. Hopeful, right?
Hopeful.
Well,
Very
I don't
hopeful.
know. Some of them were a little dark.
Well,
Well,
I think
it,
the
it,
music
it traced
can
an
help.
arc.
It
It
traced
traced
an
an arc. It started dark.
But not one of these arcs. It went like subterranean and back up.
It was kind of,
Yeah.
I was
think it's the music.
inspired by Death and Transfiguration. It was a very Straussian, set.
Okay. Moving on. Let's hear another one of our special guest predictions. This came to us from Jaden Jefferson, who was on the podcast talking all about, his path to fame as an 11-year-old reporter here in Toledo. He's been on lots of different programs, including The Ellen Show, and talked with a lot of famous people. But
He's going to put Toledo Symphony Lab at the top of that list, though. It's going to
Exactly.
be. He appeared on Toledo Symphony Lab, Ellen DeGeneres,
exactly, yeah.
Today Show.
Oprah comes third, yeah.
Yeah.
Then Brad Pitt and Elizabeth
Exactly.
Warren and all that.
I have worked with both Brads Cresswell and Pitt.
Okay, let's hear what Jaden had to say in his predictions. Getting a little tired of that music, right?
I'm Jaden Jefferson, and here are my top 3 predictions for 2020. I would say number 1, hopefully I will have a book published. I don't know if it will be a top seller, but I just want to hope that there's probably going to be a book published.
awesome.
Number 2, I would say another prediction for 2020 is that when we take our 2020 census, I would like to think that Toledo has definitely grown in the past few years, past couple of years actually. Even today, I was thinking about that. And number 3, my other prediction, I would say that probably a lot of the construction to be done, and I kind of know that for a fact, thanks to ODOT. So I think those will probably be my top 3 predictions.
Yes.
He
Nice.
trusts ODOT predictions.
He's young.
Why are you
It's okay.
surprised by that? ODOT has never gone over budget or over a timeline.
Really?
I'm speechless.
Yeah. I was kind of lost there too, but that's okay. So, interesting predictions from Jaden. Also, he and the mayor share a prediction. I won't say which one it is, but one of those that he said is also reflected in the mayor's predictions.
I
Merwin,
think
you
the
gonna
mayor's
say?
writing a book.
Maybe so. We'll have to wait and see. We'll get to that in a little bit. Felicia, your
Yes.
turn. I want to hear from you now. So, do you have predictions? You have predictions for us?
Yes.
Okay.
They are not as deep as.
Wait, this music is probably better.
Thank you.
Okay, Felicia's predictions for 2020.
Actually, this is kind of perfect.
Let's hear it.
Okay. In 2020, I believe that dogs will take over Instagram.
Oh.
You know, like the hashtag cats of Instagram? I feel like dogs will.
Wow.
Nice.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree. What was that? I feel like the stations were bleeding together or something.
Yeah, I was barking up the wrong tree. Okay, go ahead, Felicia.
Okay. I think that vinyl will continue surpassing CDs in sales, and cassette tapes will come back to some degree.
Wow. You forgot 8 tracks, right?
What?
I loved
What are
having to
those?
describe to Jaden what a cassette
No,
tape
he
was.
knew exactly what it was.
Yeah, use
I
your
was
pencil
so
to
impressed.
curl the.
He called it a
Thingy
little
back?
box.
A little box.
He
Remember?
called it like a miniature VCR tape.
Yeah.
No. Oh, yeah, I guess that's right.
It was.
Yeah.
It was actually. I thought really. I was impressed.
I didn't. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 down, Felicia. Keep going.
So next year, if there are some cassette tape sales, I think I would be correct. Okay. And then I believe that what, Zach?
What cassette would you listen to first?
You know, I had a
Celine
recording.
Dion.
No, I had a recording of Palovitzian dances I listened to over and over and over.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I
There
played
it is
the
right
oboe
now.
back
Hear
in
it?
the day.
Palovitzian dances.
Okay, third prediction. I think that in 2020, actual human face-to-face engagement will come back in style, and people will prioritize eating dinner together at tables
Wow.
and chairs.
That would be nice. Speaking of which, that reminds me of your New Year's resolution last year, where you said you were going to eat food at regular intervals. Finish your predictions, and then we'll see how you did on it.
I think that skinny jeans will be out of style, and people will go the opposite direction with baggy jeans.
Hey, I'm ahead of my time.
And then I guess the last one, and maybe this is heavily influenced by my kids, but I think that Frozen 2 songs will take over households, and little ones and adults will sing together in harmony.
Nice.
Who would take the harmony? I mean, it's tough to
Who
teach
sings
thirds.
Who sings the melody and who gets the harmony?
I'm
in
sure
your
the kids
family?
will want the melody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you make harmony in your family?
Yes.
Is that how it goes? Okay.
Yes.
Good to know. Do you have any New Year's resolutions for this upcoming year?
No, I think I'll borrow the same ones from last year and just
So what was
continue
this
trekking
about
ahead.
eating food regular intervals? Did you manage to do that?
I think I might have made it to February,
Yeah, Michael Lang was right.
and then bad habits. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things, if I'm ever looking around the office and it's 2:00 and I haven't had lunch, I know I can walk into Felicia's office and say, "Have you had lunch?" And she would look at me and say, "Like, I haven't had breakfast."
Yeah. Every
So-
time we do a sound check, I ask you what you had for breakfast, and you're like, nothing,
Yeah.
nothing.
So 2020, it will be the year.
Yeah.
The year of riveting sound checks.
Exactly. All right, I have a quiz which ties into this whole predictions thing. It's a 100-year prediction quiz. Back in the year 1900, it was all the craze to predict what was life going to be like in the year 2000. That was partly set off by the World's Fair in 1900. And a lot of different magazines and companies got in on the act, predicting things that would be a part of daily normal life 100 years hence. So I've got 3 different sources here. The Ladies' Home Journal, right? The Boston Globe, and then a German chocolate company who made a series of postcards depicting what life would be like. So
I
when you-
protest. I think these are all things that Zach already has.
and so out of those 3, I'm going to list predictions, and you tell me which company or publication they belong to. So is it Ladies' Home Journal, the Boston Globe, or the German chocolate company? Okay. Some of them may have been predicted by more than one, so it gets a little bit complicated here. Let me pull up our quiz music. A refrigerator in every home. Any guesses?
This is Ladies' Home
Ladies'
Journal.
That's right. Very good. That goes to Zach. Americans will be taller 100 years hence.
Boston Globe.
Chocolate.
This is the chocolate company.
Ladies?
Yes, Ladies' Home Journal. That's a wash. Okay, how about wireless communication? Wireless telephone and telegraph circuits will span the world. A husband in the middle of the Atlantic will be able to converse with his wife sitting in her boudoir in Chicago. This is something that Nikola Tesla predicted, but not until 9 years after this publication or publications predicted it in 1900.
I'd throw that to the Globe.
That's one of them.
The chocolate company? The mention of Chicago should have done it.
Ladies' Home Journal. Yeah, the 2 of them. So, Zach, you're in the lead.
It's a new year, Brad.
It's a new year.
Yeah,
This is good radio.
absolutely. Okay, central heating, like air conditioning and air warming in people's homes. Who predicted that?
That feels so German.
It's actually 2.
Boston Globe?
It's a Boston Globe and Ladies' Home
Wow.
Journal. So, wow, Merwin.
I'm striking at it. This new year thing is not
It is a
working
new
out
year.
for me.
Yeah.
I feel all
Let's just say
turbulent.
his quiz vision is not 2020.
Oh.
Okay. College will be free for everyone. And it's not Bernie Sanders, it's not Elizabeth Warren. College will be free for everyone. This is what this particular publication, just one of them, thought. Well, now I've given you a clue because one of them is a company, chocolate company.
I would say Ladies' Home Journal.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, that was one of my predictions.
What, that Ladies Home
Brad
Journal?
will accidentally buzz Zach when he gets the quiz question correct.
Yeah, you already said something about.
Yes, but
me buzzing him.
that was prediction 7 in case somebody else wrote some of my other predictions.
You're
That's just deja
repurposing
vu
it.
again.
Yeah.
I think Merwin's getting forgetful.
Okay, so that's
I'm sorry,
Zach.
what?
All right. People will fly in open airships like Santa Claus.
German chocolate company.
That's one of them.
Open airships.
The German chocolate company had a picture of people flying around in little canoes with hot air balloons on them, and that was like how they thought people would be traveling in the future.
Awesome.
Right?
Instead, isn't that a scene from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Something like that. The Boston Globe also predicted something similar, but they didn't use hot air balloons. They thought it would be, some other kind of propulsion. Okay, movable houses.
Just movable houses. Okay.
Like houses, but not like houses on wheels. Houses that could just be moved to different parts of the city or different cities altogether.
Okay, I'll strike out again and use the German chocolate company.
No, you were right.
Oh, yay!
Like fold up like Transformers and then.
Yeah, well, no, it kind of defeats the purpose because the picture is of a great big giant house on a platform being pulled by like a train or a horse and buggy. And so, obviously 100 years hence, they didn't think we'd have any advances in transportation.
What was in German chocolate at the time?
I know. I'm curious.
I wonder what the term for that would be in German.
I don't know.
It's long. I'm sure it's very long.
What do you think,
Movable
though?
houses.
Do you think they were more focused, Brad, on the idea of being able to move with your home, like a Winnebago, or was it the idea of having modular housing that can maybe be more disposable?
I think the idea was just that if you like your house, they'll pick it up by horse and buggy and carry it somewhere else 100 years down the road.
Yeah, no need to pack.
That opens up a whole bunch of other problems. One of the other things that the German chocolate company said was that cities would have glass roofs to protect it from the weather. Except, of course, there goes the rain for your crops and what have you, and so they didn't really think that one through. Lots of different things.
So much for German engineering.
Yeah. Another one was from the German chocolate company was that people would be able to walk on water. And there's a picture of people with like little canoe shoes.
They really like canoes, didn't they?
And hot air balloons attached to their shoulders. That's how they said people would walk on water. Seems like more trouble than it's
I
worth.
feel like the predictions came after the set of pictures they purchased.
We have to admit this.
I've got a few questions left here. Merwin, you're going to have to get all of these right if you want to steal, okay?
I'm throwing this over to Felicia.
All right.
I just take guesses.
Remember, we're talking about Ladies' Home Journal, the Boston Globe, or an unnamed German chocolate company, and the postcards that they created with scenes from the future. Okay, next one. Pneumatic tubes will be used to deliver food, laundry, mail, and newspapers.
I got to go with the Globe on that one.
Well, that's one of them. This other organization said that you could also get your dishes done through pneumatic tubes. You send off the dirty dishes, and they send them back nice and clean. Felicia, here's your chance to steal. Good one. Ladies' Home Journal. So Zach and Felicia both get a point. Next one. Police will use X-rays to apprehend criminals.
Marvel Comics.
No, but that's a good guess.
That seems like it could be on a postcard. Let's throw that on the German chocolate postcard.
Yeah.
You're just going to go
So
chocolate all the way.
I am going chocolate all the way.
Well,
so
it's funny.
You X-ray the villain to see
The
if
wall.
they have characteristics of a madman, or
Like
what's the
Superman.
idea?
Something like that.
Like Superman, right?
Yeah.
Or is it X-ray vision so you can see through walls?
Well, no, the picture that they had was like of a couple of policemen holding a criminal up against a brick wall, and then some dude off to the side shining an X-ray on them. But you don't really see what the X-ray's seeing, right? So it was just it was like a criminal subversion ray or something that they had in mind.
These are pretty impressive postcards.
Yeah.
I want to see these postcards.
Yeah, you gotta check them out.
Chocolate.
Yes.
Okay, which organization predicted television that images would be transferred instantly around the world? The first TV didn't come along until the late 1920s, So this would have been almost 30 years out from television. What was the organization that predicted television?
I'm
Boston
going to go
Globe?
on brand. I'll go with the chocolate company.
No chocolate company.
I'm really
Boston Globe?
hungry.
What'd you say?
Boston Globe?
Boston Globe is one of them. The Boston Globe predicted television.
How about Ladies' Home Journal?
Ladies' Home Journal. Ladies' Home Journal, that
I
was
think
easy.
they were in a
though.
meeting together.
Yeah.
And just
Well, Ladies' Home Journal really went the full mile because they said persons and things of all kinds will be brought within focus of cameras connected electrically with screens at opposite ends of circuits, thousands of miles at a span. So that, that's either closed circuit TV or regular TV.
But they didn't talk about podcasts at all.
Yeah. Nobody predicted that.
The German chocolate company did.
Well, here's something interesting, though, Merwin. I almost have to give you half a point because
Sure, I'm behind by 5.
the
It's good.
German-
I'll take anything I can get.
the German chocolate company actually had one picture of a theater, a play taking place, and from there they used some kind of tube and mirror contraption to broadcast it into the next room. So, like when you go into the theater and they say, you can't be seated yet, just watch it on our monitor kind of thing. So they had like a really low-tech version of that, people watching it in a different room.
That is a really generous half point. Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay.
wow.
We'll make it a quarter point. Okay, here's one. The North Pole will be a vacation destination. Who predicted that?
German chocolate company.
Boston Globe.
Oh, Merwin gets that one.
No, that one
Darn.
that one just you could see that on the postcard.
Yeah. It's very Christmassy.
Yes.
Okay. No more flies, mosquitoes, or roaches.
That'd be great.
Can you imagine? Yeah. Who predicted that?
Ladies' Home Journal.
Merwin's coming from behind. Oh, boy. Let's see where we are. So Merwin has 1, 2, 3.
You're keeping track? I
Merwin-
thought you never keep track of these things.
It's a new year.
I thought
Yeah,
the
it's
points
a new
don't
year.
matter.
Merwin has 4 1/4 right now.
I don't think
Zach
you counted
has
some of
1,
my
2, 3,
shout
4,
outs.
5. Okay, you get a half a point when you split with Felicia. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's different.
Zach has 5, and Felicia has 1. Okay.
I definitely shouted out.
So it
something
comes down to
upstairs.
this.
Comes down to this. I mean, Merwin, if you can get this one,
You'll win by a quarter point.
you win by
because
a
of your
quarter point.
lousy podcast idea.
Yeah.
Lousy podcast, great radio.
This
Good
is
radio.
like one
Don't
of
get
the-
ahead of yourselves.
Yeah. We're just shooting for good radio here, right? Okay, this is the final one. Boy, the pressure is on. I can feel it.
I'm sweating
Never has
so
a quiz been so close.
Can I borrow a
It's fraught.
handkerchief?
Yeah, help yourself, please. Okay, here we go. Here's another prediction.
Because in Radioland, there's a whole stack of handkerchiefs right here. Yeah.
Exactly. Don't let the secret out. Okay. Anything you can imagine. Here is the final one. The letters C, X, and Q will no longer be in the alphabet in the year 2000. Who predicted that?
Boston Globe.
Zach, can you steal?
I don't have to.
Come on. Come on.
I'm gonna go for the German chocolate company.
Felicia, can you steal?
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, you have to pay
No, I
attention.
really actually didn't pay attention. What was the last one? But why would you? I was thinking
it's
about why
either-
would you remove
either
the letter
Ladies'
C?
Home Journal.
It's either Gilbert or Sullivan.
Yeah.
Ladies' Home Journal.
Ampersand.
No, but why would you remove the letter C? I understand Q and X.
I don't know.
What do you have against Q's and X's?
I was just thinking
I
of all the
mean,
words with the letter C.
They
so I
wrote
was
this in
distracted.
1900. They're probably dead by now. So you just have to go out on a limb. Who do you think wrote it?
Was it the Ladies' Home Journal? Okay.
Felicia gets a point. So the
There are
final
lots of words
score.
with C's.
Final score is
Especially chocolate.
Felicia has 2, Merwin has 4 1/4, and Zach has 5.
By the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Very nice. Let's turn now to the final set of predictions that we have from one of our guests. This comes from Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz, who was with us a few weeks ago. It was so nice to sit down and give us his predictions for 2020.
Hi, this is Wade Kapszukiewicz, Mayor of the City of Toledo, and I am making my 5 predictions for the year 2020. In no particular order. Prediction number 1, Toledo will have fewer than 165,000 potholes in 2020. Why do I say that? Because I know that in 2019, we did have 165,000 potholes.
Wow.
So partly it's because we only have one direction to go from there, down. But the other reason I make that prediction is because I believe the citizens are going to approve a levy in March that will give us the resources to fix our streets once and for all. So we're going to fix our streets, and as a result, we're going to have fewer potholes. That's prediction number 1. Prediction number 2, staying locally, we're going to have 2 exciting projects finished within days of each other, on schedule and under budget, around 4th of July, the week of 4th of July. 2 big things you can look forward to. Number 1, our Cleveland Cliffs iron ore steel factory that we've been working on for a couple of years will be finished, and it'll be up and online, and people will be working there. And that same week that opens, the new $11 million expansion to the Imagination Station will open, the new digital theater that will provide another learning tool to kids and families in our community, and will help reshape the ambiance of Summit Street downtown. Will be done on time and on the exact same week. Number 3, the 2020 census will take place this year, and Toledo will be counted as every other community in this country will. And I predict that Toledo will, for the first time in 60 years, see its populations going back up. Not by a lot, but I believe we have come to a position where we're no longer losing population, and we're going to start taking baby steps of progress in the right direction. Might not, though that'll happen in 2020, we might not know the results of it until 2021, but I think that's a significant thing in terms of the health of our community, that we're starting to move the right direction again. Number 4, it's important locally, but Ohio State and Michigan will play another football game, and while I would like to predict that Michigan may win that game, I'm not in the business of making wild, unsubstantiated claims. I think the evidence is such that Ohio State will probably win that game again. And finally, there will be a presidential election in 2020, and I predict that the person who gets the most votes will become president. Now, you won't think that's much of a prediction until you remember that last time that didn't happen. The person who got the most votes actually didn't win. This time, while cleverly withholding my prediction as to who that person will be, I do think that, as should always be the case in a democracy, the person who gets the most votes, lo and behold, will actually win this time. And those are my 5 predictions.
What I loved about that is that the mayor took about maybe 45 seconds to come up with 5 predictions. Those are
that's
how fast his
right.
mind works.
Top of mind for him.
We asked him, and he scribbled out a few notes, and then he just nailed it right there. Yeah.
It was great.
Interesting stuff. And also the fact that he and Jaden both predicted a rise in population for Toledo. So we'll wait and see if that happens or not. It was great to hear from our 3 special guests, Michael Lang, Jaden Jefferson, and Mayor Wade. Well, that's about all the time that we have for the program today. I want to thank everybody who participated: Zach Vassar, Merwin Sue, and Felicia Canny. This program is a production of WGTE Public Media in collaboration with our sponsor, the Toledo Symphony, with generous support from the Rita Barber Kern Foundation. You can download episodes of this program as a podcast by going to our website at wgte.org/lab. You can also subscribe to us through your podcast app of choice, including Apple and Google Podcasts. Don't forget to check out all the upcoming events at the Symphony by visiting their website at toledosymphony.com and their various social media outlets on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. A very happy New Year to you and yours. I'm Brad Cresswell, And this has been Toledo Symphony Lab from FM 91.